Can you believe it, chat? I'm still alive. I know. I know it's surprising because I think it's been like fucking 11 days since I posted. I think the last thing I remember talking about was my exam or going into that exam, which was last Thursday. So talking about going into it means it must have been like Tuesday or something. I don't recall. It doesn't matter. That exam is over. I think I did fine for. Not that it matters to me, honestly. The only way I could have failed is getting less than a 22. I'm pretty sure, but I mean, as half-assed as my writing was, 22 is insane. I don't think I would get a 22 or lower. But hey, be careful what you wish for. It's been tough. I think ever since that shit ended, it's been tough. I can't lie. I have had no energy to want to record or do anything really. I kind of take it back. I used to make fun of. I think make fun is kind of mean, but I used to make fun of like if you go on a dude's like dating profile. Well, not that I'm scrolling, male dating profiles, but go on it and essentially it boiled down to like what they have going on is like going to work and then working out. I used to be like, damn, that shit sounds so boring and like lame, right? But I kind of take it back. I'm not gonna say it's not boring because it's definitely boring, but shit, so that's all you got. You know what I'm saying? That's all you got in a day. You know, because I spent this whole week just working. I got out of work a little earlier today, but I essentially did your standard sit at a desk 9 to 5 Monday through Friday. Today, well, today was like a 9 to 3:30, but regardless, the whole process, like coming home at 7, basically because of traffic and stuff like that. I had a it is like you can only choose one thing in the evening to do, and like sometimes you have no choice. Because if you have chores or like you have a responsibility to do, then you got to do it, and then clock in tomorrow. And it really got me thinking again. I think I talked about this last time about what to do and stuff, but it really ages you like fast. I think it mentally ages you really fast. The monotony of it all. I feel like constantly asking yourself the question of like, is this really it? Is it ages you so fast, um, and it made me think about like the fine balance in life between like tangible like reward, like certain tangible reward, and challenge. You know, challenge and like new experiences, right? And how when my life when I'm given the two like primary responsibilities in life right now, which is going to work or going to school. I think I experienced like the extremes of both spectrums, and it makes me like kind of dislike both of them because going to school to me does present some unique challenges. So I'm not gonna say I don't hate what I'll be learning. I don't attend many of the classes, but I do think what we're learning is interesting for like the most part. The esports e class is pretty interesting. I don't really play it like League of Legends or 2K, but it's nice to hear it like learn about the infrastructure of esports or the course I took on the biology or not biology philosophy of like love. Understanding. Fuck, it's been a year, so I already forgot what the term is. What's the word I'm looking for? A manonormativity. A manonormativity, like basically the study of our innate bias towards pairs, specifically heterosexual pairings, and the heightened importance we not we but like society would put on male female pairings over other types of relationships. But that's like besides the point. I'm just like bringing up a topic I found interesting. But all this tangible challenge really engages the brain, right? When I'm not being fucking lazy, and that's good. I think that keeps you young. Learning keeps you young. That's what I truly believe. Learning and creative outlets keeps you young, right? But the thing about doing all this and like the question or we could return to the question of what's this all for? Like, is this really it? Because every major is I mean, I can't say every major. I wouldn't know. Maybe fuck it. Maybe I don't know, civil planning majors got it all locked in. You know what I'm saying? It's just a straight shot to a good career. Nah, I'm just picking a random fucking name. Or scientists made fucking astrology majors, whatever the fuck. Maybe they got all locked in, but for all this challenge and like good challenge of school, I think kind of takes a toll when you have to admit that there's no tangible reward. Right. We're kind of putting our hope in the fact that, and again, people can be like, yeah, you chose like a stupid degree. I'm not going to decline and deny that. I think this degree is silly. But to go every day to class, or well, go like I was going to class, but the precedent of going to class every day in hopes of like this blind hope that you'll get a career. I'm not gonna lie, my resolution, for that wavers a lot. I'll sit in class in a 2 hour lecture just thinking like there's no way this will ever make me any money. There's no way this will ever like progress my life. I'm really only here because it's what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm following the script. But I think that really drags motivation down because what's the point of it? But it is good challenge. Like it's useful to have good challenge. And then the flip side, because I work at a like bar, not even regarding the fact that I don't make a whole lot of my job. It's not much more than minimum. Um, but like let's say even if I did make more, right? Like I made like a tangible amount of money. Not tangible. It's the wrong word. Like a fortunate enough amount of money, or comfortable amount of money, right, at this job. But the task is extremely monotonous, boring, and it's even a little frustrating. Not because it's hard, but because I'm surrounded by technology that's like older than me. So a lot of it is fucking waiting, right? So the challenge is non-existent. I'm aging myself, you know, extremely quickly. I'm sitting at a desk, clicking the same, seven tabs ad nauseum for infinity. You know, that just sucks. That there is no challenge. I don't feel like any re like personal attachment to being here. But I know there's a tangible reward at the end. At the end, I make some money, right? Which is a important thing to me, right? I don't place like money as like I'm trying to be rich, but like as a human being, as a person who lives in Western society, like a fella needs green, so I need that green. But here's like the two extremes of it all. You know what I mean? Is you know working a job that literally destroys your soul. You don't want to think. You can't think. Thinking is it's not a good idea. It's just more use of your energy. Like just let the typing happen. 9 to 5, just kill it. But you make some green, or you go to class, and there is good challenge. Like I feel like engaged in it, but maybe this sounds a little uh um anti-heroic, maybe even pathetic, but it I don't really like fruitless endeavors, um unless it really really does bring me like joy. I don't think school brings me enough joy, despite how much I might enjoy some of the things we learn, to make the journey worth it, at least right now. And like pure academia, right? I'm not counting like meeting nice people at school or like doing silly things downtown. That's a different part of life. I consider that like social life. But pure academia and hitting the books, even when I'm presenting like a cool fact that makes my brain turn on, it knowing that reading all this might not get me $1 more than what I'm doing right now, and if anything, will put me in debt or take money out of my pocket. That's just demotivating. That's just not helpful. You know. So that's where I've been at. Uh, I've just been really like outside of my own head recently, just thinking about it. I don't know. When life gets slow, like you can't help but think about your own life and stuff, and it can get kind of daunting. I can't lie. It can get kind of like difficult. I think I was telling some of my friends that I felt bad for ignoring some of them or not wanting to respond. Uh, Giod, if you see this, thank you again. What you said was really, really important. It means a lot to me, and I still feel bad for not responding, but I'm thankful that you guys are looking out, you and Eliza. Thank you very much. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to pick up the pieces of life right now. It's been like 2 months now since I deleted Instagram. About a month and some change of going to the gym. 2 months since the channel's been here. I think all the changes we've made in life are like finally like the rush of it being new is like calming down a bit, and I'm kind of looking at it like, okay, my brain is accepting this new normal. When it was under the challenge of like, oh fuck, I don't got Instagram. It was like interesting. It was cool. Or like starting working out. There's learning all the different machines and stuff. But now I have like a pretty not completely like solid and settled program, but I have an idea of what to do for each day at the gym. And then obviously I've been without Instagram long enough, and I'm not like fully out it. I check my spam every now and then, but the the impulse is gone because my main is gone. My main account, like there's no pull anymore for it, right? I'd have to actively seek it out to like want to get addicted again, right? But then that's a choice at that point. I can't call it an addiction anymore. I'm deciding to try and go back to it. And then the channel, which I will say I want to have. It does still bring me like a level of like, oh, I like talking and making videos, but I just come home really tired, and sometimes it's hard. But you gotta do it when you're tired, right? So no. But anyway, we back, chewing gum back. We'll try to make some more videos because I enjoy making videos. There's some stuff I want to talk about, but I think I'm just um intimidated by wanting to edit those videos because I want them to be good and not just me talking to a camera. But we'll get there when we get there.